Hi everyone, it's Rob and welcome back. First, I'd like to say thank you to those of you that are watching this video right now. I've received tremendous hospitality and support from the New World community since I started making these videos, and I really appreciate it. Thanks again. So you spent the last few hours or even days leveling and you've made it to 20. At this point, you should have a main story quest pointing you towards the Amrine Excavation. This is the first available expedition in the game. Do not do it yet. I know it may be tempting, but as of now, it's not the most efficient. Hold off for just a bit more, and I'll get into that later. What you should do is gather a group of your fellow adventurers and head to the southern part of Monarch's Bluff. Nestled in between the bluffs and Cutlass Keys is the Deadman's Cove. This point of interest is what some people refer to as an open world or open air dungeon. This is a point of interest that is not instanced, but is recommended for 5 adventurers level 25 or above. However, as of open beta, you won't need that. Sure, it'll help if a few of your party members are above level 20, but at level 20, you can start killing the monsters effectively. Keep in mind though, this is based off of beta, so these enemies could be adjusted accordingly at release. If you see my quest log, you'll notice I'm on Chain of Command. This is part of the main story quest after the Amrine Excavation. I did do Amrine once already, but that's because I hadn't been to Deadman's Cove yet and seen how lush the rewards were. Before you set into the area, make sure to place your camp outside. People are going to die. There will be overpulls. Don't get discouraged. You don't suffer an experience penalty. Gear is easily repaired. Even if you wipe, your camp is so close that the recovery time is negligible. At the lower levels, you'll want to start on the outside of the area closer to the Nautilus of Nunez. These mobs are lower in difficulty. As you gain confidence, gear, and maybe a level or two, you'll want to start pushing inside of the wall and into the caves. One big thing, especially early on to keep an eye out for, is whether it is day or night. During the day, you'll have a much easier time. During the evening hours, tortured electrogeists will spawn. These glowing electrified poltergeists can be a pain because they'll spawn in between packs and do little patrols, which makes it easy to overpull. They really aren't that difficult on their own, but they can take a standard pull and turn it into chaos. You'll also want to make sure that if you are using a weapon that has elemental chain damage, that you run a higher risk of pulling extra lost. Don't be afraid if you see other groups in the area. There are plenty of enemies in the area for multiple groups to farm here at the same time. Even if you end up on the same enemy at once, the experience penalty is pretty light. Normal kills on a poltergeist would award 55 experience points. If it was killed by 2 groups, each member of the groups will get 39 experience points. Sure, it's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. In under an hour, I earned 18,000 character experience points, enough weapon points to go from 10 to 12, and enough standing to go from 2 to 8 in Monarch's Bluff. Like Spice, the experience flowed. A normal elite mob in the Cove awarded 41 player experience, 40 weapon experience, and 35 standing. When we dropped down to a 4-man group to see what would happen, we earned 57 experience, 54 weapon experience, and 39 standing per kill. The tortured electrogeists award 55 experience per kill, 54 weapon experience, and 35 standing. Also, every pull seemed to result in mobs dropping green loot. There were also more chests than I could count and a lot of higher level resources like star metal. This is a great way to collect resources to either sell or use to level your crafting later on. In addition, you'll find that there are 2 boss encounters inside the cave. There's Master Cannoneer Jennings in the southern part of the caves. In this part, you can actually go down to the very south on an elevated platform and mount a cannon to attack the Lost. If you hit them dead on, you'll be able to kill them in one shot and do significant damage to their pirate brethren next to them. Jennings isn't necessarily hard, he just has a lot more health than other named monsters in the area. Once you beat him down, you'll earn about 143 experience points, 136 weapons experience, and 163 standing. It seems like killing named mobs in this area reward you with a bonus region standing. In the northern branch of the cave, there's what we call the triplets. There is Mazaru, which is a 3-stripe elite, and then Kikazaru and Iwazaru, which are 2-stripe elites. There are a couple rare chests in this area, so it's definitely worth coming up here and killing these mobs for the experience and getting this loot. However, through multiple runs, neither I nor any member of my party earned anything special off of the Cannoneer or these triplets. After 2 runs, we got it down to where we could clear the entire cave section of the cove in 12 minutes. The mobs were respawning, but we were clearing the area so fast that the chests were not. While I can't say with mathematical certainty that this is the best damn farm spot for this level, what I can say is that it's excellent, and it'll definitely get the job done. I did, however, do some rough math, and this is why I maintain that you should continue to farm here over running Amrine. There is a repeatable quest that opens up at level 23 from Barkamedes the dog that awards you around 4,800 experience points. You can do this at least once per run, but if you exit the dungeon, you can do it as many as 5 times for every 3 dungeon runs. Running Amrine with the Barkamedes quest will net you around 18 to 20,000 experience an hour. Without the Barkamedes quest, you'll earn a hell of a lot less. I earned well over 20,000 experience points an hour in Deadman's Cove, and that was without any quests. If the area does become overrun with adventurers and you are fighting for spawns, then you can always head back to Amrine. But it's best to start off here in Deadman's until you're at least 23 and then make your way to Amrine. I would even suggest staying here until you're 25. That way, once you run Amrine, you can start wearing the good blue quality gear that you'll get dropping there. I'm Rob. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Eternum.